welcome. It is good to be back. I see Seesaw Studios in the space. What's going on, sir? Thank you guys so much for coming and hanging out with us. We see 5 people on the live. We don't know where you're watching from, but we'd love to know where you're watching from.
Yeah,
so
put
please,
it in the chat.
Put it in the chat.
Let us know.
Put it in the chat. Let us know. Darius O'Kane says, good evening. Thank you so much for being here, Darius. We truly appreciate that. Man, it was another Incubators Couch.
Yes, I hope you guys are ready because we've got a good one.
Get comfortable,
Yes.
get situated, get all the way in on the couch. We would want to make sure you guys get a chance to hang out with us tonight. And man, listen, do us a favor, right? You guys know some entrepreneurs out there. You know some folks who are in business for themselves, like solopreneurs on, business owners.
Share this with them.
Yeah,
like send them the link. Like, you need to watch this.
Man,
like
listen,
you can stop talking to me about your issues. Just come on
here
here and
There's
share
a
your
whole
experience.
community of people. Like if you're a spouse of an entrepreneur, right? If you have a friend or a sibling who's an entrepreneur, and you're not, I wouldn't say tired, but you want to make sure that they know that there's this whole space that has been created for them to be able to gain these resources. Want to make sure you guys get a chance to do that. Share that with them right now. Just a bit of station identification. This is the Incubators Couch, and we are your hosts, Kirk and Kanique Nugent.
Yes.
And this is unscripted, vulnerable conversations with entrepreneurs and small businesses. And we're excited about that. We're excited about that. Somebody was saying to me the other day, like, well, is it still for creators? I'm like, as long as the creator is looking to make money from their business, then this is for creators as well. So yes, all are welcome. And we would love to be able to have everybody come through and hang out with us. We're going to dive right in today.
Yeah, we can dive right in.
Yeah, we're going to dive right in with the host, Rant. Let's go. All right, man. I love this segment of the show.
This is my favorite segment because we got a lot of stuff we got to vent. We've got to get it out.
Man. Listen,
and this is the time.
Listen, how many of you remember the first host rant?
I do.
That one was epic.
Yes,
that one was epic. We had a good time on that
yes,
one.
We did.
And I'm hoping that let's put it in the chat. Let us know. 6 of y'all on the live with us tonight. Put it in the chat. Let us know how many of y'all remember the first one.
The first one.
Yes. The first one. Definitely, we had a good time chatting it up about you might be
a
clientzilla if. But yeah, we had that one. Last week, what was our host rant?
Last week was, oh man.
Here we go. Host rant was I'm not good with technology.
Yes, that's what it was.
I'm not good with technology. We had a whole woo-saw moment on that joint
one,
right there.
That was a good one
So
too.
Yeah. Seesaw says, I remember it.
We're still waiting for y'all to put it in the chat. If you remember the very first host rant, what was it?
Yeah, the very first host rant.
Because I remember what it was.
It was not the clientzilla. I just want to make sure that it was not the clientzilla one. So what was the first host
We were doing
rant?
a lot of this in that one.
Yeah.
Okay, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
It's in the email.
It's in the email.
It's in the email, y'all.
Email.
It's in the email. I mean, let me tell you,
one.
that one was epic. I just kind of gave you the clientzilla one because I knew that was one during our promo week. But I was like, that it's in the email joint was absolutely off the chart.
Fire.
Well, tonight we have something for you. I'm not gonna say, but I remember I went ham.
Yes, you did.
Yes, you did. Seesaw.
And we're about to go ham again.
Listen, just get all the way in your feelings right now, okay? We're all the way in. Yeah.
You want me to touch it?
Yeah, you do it.
Okay,
That's
so
I'm sitting on the couch. I'm chilling.
We are talking about pricing.
Yeah.
All the different things that encompasses pricing between yourself and a customer/client. And the title of our rant is
Gary Jones Jr.
The price is the price is the price.
The price is the price. I have this nice little template email that I send, and it says something like, we've given you our proposal, and please let us know if you have any questions. Thank you for the opportunity to earn your business. This is the response that I send when they come with certain questions. This is the response. I'm going to read the response again.
Yeah.
We've given you our proposal. Please let us know if you have any questions pertaining to the proposal. Thank you for the opportunity to earn your business.
So you need to start putting in the chat what you think, or what are some of the things before we get into it, because we got a couple.
You share with us.
You tell us.
What are some of the things that clients will say to you after they've seen the price? What are some of the things that clients will respond with? The side text message, the evening after hours phone call, the response, the one-liner response with no signature, thumb typed.
No hello, like, good evening, nothing, just the one.
No salutations. Yeah. What do they normally say? We want to hear from you guys. 80 you guys hanging out with us on the live tonight. We want to hear from you guys. Let us know. What are some of the things that, what do oh my goodness.
What have you experienced? We would love to hear that from you.
Because we've got a list.
But before we jump in.
There's one of them that was a t-shirt. There's one of them that was a t-shirt from a previous show.
Oh, all
right.
Yes.
That one, we're going to make that into a sheet t-shirt. But
yes, I'm
just giving you that as an example of something that is a response.
Oh, we got some in the chat.
Align. Align Walls. That's not in my budget. What? Okay. Align. Let me tell you, that one is a trigger.
Yes,
it's a trigger. That's not in my budget. Seesaw Studio says,
can I get a discount? Is there a lower tier?
Darius, this is a good one. We are already over budget. Can you help us? Why would I help you?
What that got to do with me? What does that have to do with me and my pricing?
All of a sudden, I'm a part of the team?
No.
All of a sudden, I need to be lowering my price?
No.
So-and-so does it for cheaper than this. You can go with so-and-so. Okay?
Danita
is here and it's
about
to go
another
down.
one. Why so pricey? I saw it here for cheaper.
Why so pricey? Why so pricey? I don't think that people realize how much of a dagger that really phrase is. Man, that's so expensive. All right. You take these first few.
We're gonna,
because we got to jump in there. You not Tyler Perry. I used to get that a lot. What?
No, that's disrespectful.
No. You don't have to belittle someone.
That's
clients
not okay.
that are watching this, whether live or on the replay, entrepreneurs who are also clients of other businesses.
Yeah.
There's got to be a better way to respond to a proposal than why so pricey, or we are already over budget, or can I get a discount, or is there a lower tier? There's got to be a better way to phrase that. And there's got to be a better way to phrase that. Because my assumption is, as a client, you want to do business with this brand or this entrepreneur, with this whatever.
Yeah, and coming with a response like that, you are not going to get a good response.
If any.
They may not choose to work with you.
Yeah.
It's not like they have to.
So Kanique's going to give you a couple of them, but I want to just frame this up. So here it is. So you guys put some responses in the chat. We are already over budget. Can you help us? And so this is my response. We've given you our proposal. Please let us know if you have any questions. Thank you for the opportunity to earn your business.
Easy. Simple.
Boom, boom.
Yeah.
Here's your, and the reason why I templatize it, right? This is a little nugget. The reason why I put it into template, the reason why it's saved there, like boom, canned responses. I can hit it from the drop down box and send it back to them. The reason why I do that is so that I am not tempted to lower my price.
Yes.
That's just that's a
or
little,
to add a couple more words.
Oh
to
yeah,
that
yeah. The keyboard warrior. Yeah. They definitely don't want to add any more choice words into that email.
Okay, so let me get into one of them.
Kerwin is in here as well. Go ahead.
So this is one that I got from someone, an actual person. They were like, yeah, so I got your proposal 3 years ago. your pricing changed? Like, what happened? Why did it change? Like, I'm good with working what you sent me 3 years ago. Yeah. Like, I can't afford what you're charging now. Like, can we use the proposal from 3 years ago?
No, you guys go ahead and answer that in the chat. Can you? So, where's my trigger? Where's Fat Joe when you need him? Yesterday's price is not today's price.
Listen, come on.
1 month ago price, 1 year ago's price, but 3 years ago.
Be serious.
You want to? Oh, I'm good with that price. Okay. Yeah, you got that quote 3 years ago.
3 years ago.
So you try and buy gas for 3 years ago's price.
Pretty much.
Yeah. Try and buy gas for 3 years ago's price. Better yet, try and buy bread or milk or eggs for 3 years ago.
Like, what? Be serious. Okay. Come on. And that's why you make sure you put that in your proposal in fine print. What is it I put in there? Fine line, like, my pricing is for 30 days and we'll something to that. Yeah.
Market conditions, whatever. No, I got to get this comment here. Darius O'Kane says, Kirk, I love the advice from the masterclass. Give them the price and shut up. This is something that
give them the price and shut up.
Some of you may know this guy. He's the bass from Take Six. Alvin Chia.
Yes.
So Alvin Chia was on my show and he was talking about negotiations. And for those that don't know, Alvin Chia is a voice actor.
Yes.
So he does voice acting and he's like, whoever speaks first after you say the price loses the negotiation. Yes. So you give them the price and you shut up. I love that. Thank you so much for reminding me of that, Darius O'Kane. That's good. Awesome. Gary Jones is in the chat saying, it's not today's price. My girl, Cara Toms is in the chat as well. What's good, sis? Always good to have you. Danita says something. Go ahead.
Yep, she said it. Yeah. I put that my price is only good for 14 days. You got to put that in there because people will come with some stuff.
Yeah. 3 years ago, the cost of living increase alone. Yes. Just COLA. Just cost of living.
Yeah.
Just that alone should have you recognize that it's not going to be the same price. But I mean, listen, people are talking about, her example was 3 years. There are people who have come back to me in just a month and the price has shifted. Like, the truth of the matter is, just depending on the project, depending on what number in line you are.
Yes.
I want to be clear with y'all. This is why I never write down prices. Prices are not in ink anywhere on our sites, or it's just not there. Why? Because those joints are subject to change.
Yes, they are.
The truth of the matter is, the first client and the 10th client are different circumstances for us as entrepreneurs. Meaning, I need that first client. But that 10th client, I'm starting to scratch my head like, I might have to bring some more people on. That's going to increase.
Yeah, and people don't think about all that. They don't.
Here's your price. That 20th client, you're like, reaching capacity. Do I want to do this anymore?
Increase.
Here's your price. So I'm saying all to say, all right, let's get through some of these. Let's get through some of these. All right. Here's another one. I want to work with you, but the price is just a little bit high. Can you adjust it? Now, I think somebody else said a version of that.
Yes, they did.
And of course, my response is, we've sent you our proposal.
And I've gotten that too. People have been so bold to say that to me.
Your price, is there any way we can adjust it?
No.
Can it be adjusted? Oh, my bad. You did the market research to recognize that this is what it's going to cost. Or better yet, you understand the value of my time, effort, energy, and everything that goes into actually delivering what you're asking for in this project. So you're better suited to price it. So that's why you want to adjust it. I get it now. Here's another one. We have a large audience and several need your services. You know where this is going.
You already know where this is going.
Can we pay you in exposure?
No.
Because I feel like, doing this is going to be a win-win for both of us. We're really, this is always we're really not a business.
Oh, please.
We're really not we're not actually making any money off of this. But if you could agree to do this. I think this would be mutually beneficial for all of us. They have all manner of ways of saying, if you do this, you're going to blow up. Like, if you do this, you're going to get their name out there.
Please stop.
Let me also be clear on this
don't
one.
pay bills. Yeah. Sorry. It don't pay bills.
And the t-shirt is, I think the t-shirt is exposure is not currency.
It's not.
Yeah.
That was the t-shirt. That's what it is. Yeah.
But here, let me be clear. There are client projects that I want to do. Those are in a different bracket.
Yes, they are completely different.
Now, I try my best not to let the client know that I want to do the project. Mm-hmm. But there are client projects where I'm like, I'm doing this one. But they're triggered in the chat. They're triggered in the chat. Exposure don't pay bills. I made that mistake. Grocery stores don't pay in exposure. They don't take exposure. They don't.
They sure
Carolyn
don't.
Brunel says, I'm sorry, but if you can't agree to the cost and terms, I'm going to have to take a pass on the project. Mm-hmm. And I think Kerwin is hitting the nail on the head. What we're trying to say to you clients, to businesses out there, there's nothing wrong with saying, thank you so much for your proposal. We're going to continue our search to meet this specific need for our project.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for your proposal. And we'll get back to you.
Yes. That's
if our situations change, we'll get back to you. You haven't said no. You haven't said yes, but you've given your proposal. Now, let me say this on the flip. And I know we were taking way too much time. On the flip side of this, because I think the interview was like 24.
Yeah.
On the flip side of this, I have worked in a corporation where I managed contracts. And my policy was, first of all, I had to get 3 contracts for every project that I was doing.
Yeah.
And my policy for all my vendors, businesses, entrepreneurs, whatever, all my vendors, I would say to them, give me your best price the first proposal.
First time.
I can't tell you how many times, I would award the contract to somebody and the other vendor would come back and be like, man, I heard you awarded it to them for this price. I would have done that price.
Oh,
I'm like,
come on.
That's the problem. They actually gave me that quote in their original proposal, so I was able to make a decision based on that. And so I'm saying that from the perspective of, let's flip it. When I give a client a proposal, I'm giving you my best price.
Yes. Hey, bro.
Yo, what's going on, Elron? I'm giving you my best price, and I'm not going to try and gouge you. Nope. I'm giving you my best. And I know, listen, me and Kanique know our numbers
are good.
Are good.
They're good.
Like, go and find someone who's going to service you with the quality that composition brings to the table. Yeah, no, it's not going to happen. So those are some, we only have like 2 more. Can you include these other requests at the same price? That's a no.
That's a no.
Is there anything we can take off the quote? No. So this is not a buffet. This is not, no. We can't take things off no. So-and-so
charges that amount. Why can't you charge the same? Then go with so-and-so. Simple.
This is it. We got to end the host rant. Yeah, but I want to say this. This is what I said, and I think Darius O'Kane, you're going to remember this. I said this in that remote production masterclass. You can't squeeze your value into your client's budget.
Nope.
Can't squeeze it in. It doesn't fit. It doesn't work.
No, it
does not. You cannot squeeze your value into your client's budget. And with that, we're gonna take our rest and our leave. We thank you for entertaining us with the host rant. We're gonna get into our resource of the week. Oh, here we go. I love resources of the week. I love sharing with people different things that they can use in their businesses. Go ahead and take this one, babe.
So we all have had a time where we have sent an email and we've just been waiting for that response to that said email.
Yes, we have.
And you're just waiting and waiting. Well, HubSpot, they offer a free email tracking software. You send that email, that person opens it, it sends you a notification. Yep. Like, that's amazing. That's really amazing.
We're not talking about like a function of Outlook or anything like that. We're talking about how's it integrated?
It's integrated via an extension that works with Gmail, Outlook, and there was another one it mentioned, and
it's in the browser.
So yes, it is in the browser. Yes.
So if you're using Chrome, you add this as an extension. Whatever, if you're using Gmail or Outlook, which most of us entrepreneurs and business owners are using, it's in there.
Yeah.
And it's added to your email in your signature.
So you can add it into your signature, and that's how it will start tracking your emails for you. It gives you analytics and so forth.
Oh, she loves it.
It sends you those notifications that you can be top of mind when you get that notification that so-and-so opened that email, you can just shoot them another email like, hey.
Yeah.
What's up?
Shoot them another. You know they've read it because you already, even if it takes them 3 days, you get that notification like, yo, so and so read that email, and you have all that right here in the platform. Eliminate guesswork with email tracking. Another thing that I like is that you can literally, just what we're just saying, follow up when they're thinking about you. So you send them a message and they're like, man, I just read this email. I just saw this. Yeah. And Elron, it is free. It's actually free $99. It's a really great resource, and it's completely free.
Yeah. And another thing is,
did I hear giveaway? No,
really?
You did not.
No. And another thing is, sometimes my emails go into spam or junk. So so sometimes I'm like, I have not heard from so-and-so. So you can know if you have not seen that they have touched that email, come on, you better send another notification or something to them so you can know if they got that email.
Yeah. The last piece of it, and then we're going to get into our Incubator Spotlight. But the last piece is you can see the entire history at a glance, right within the platform, right within the HubSpot email tracking software. Get your pen, Elron, because like being able to see all of your history, like
really
they opened at this date, you guys swapped emails here, bam, 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 bam. That is dope. Analytics, as Kanique has mentioned. So this is a free resource that we feel like incubators, small business entrepreneurs, you guys, our audience, need to know about. And
take advantage of it.
We literally just talking about this earlier. Like, yo, I need to add this to my email right now.
We will be adding it. Yeah,
that's awesome. So, fam, listen, we have an Incubator Spotlight, and we're gonna get right into our therapy session. Let's go.
Hi, I'm Paul Nixon with Virtual Vice Principal, Virtual VP, and I'm excited to have an opportunity to introduce myself. Someone you know, like, and trust gave you my QR code because they know, like, and trust me. At Virtual VP, we help our clients feel great knowing that exhausted educators, overworked teachers, and school administrators are finally getting the support they need. We use a proven system to assess and implement processes, systems, and even virtual staff that give educators back their time so they can focus on the most important aspect of their jobs, the students. We have assembled a team of education professionals with the experience and training to organize and implement real solutions that save your faculty and staff time and money. Best of all, we offer educators a way to keep their focus on the students rather than the paperwork and processes. I believe my circle of influence is tied directly to my impact, and I want to make a huge impact. Connecting with the right people at the right time is at the core of our success, and I think this is the perfect moment. Visit our website to schedule a free assessment call today. Virtual VP. Teachers help students, we help teachers.
So, fam, we are back at the Incubators Couch, and we settled in by now. You have, you've enjoyed the host rant. You've seen the Incubator Spotlight. We've even given you the resource of the week, and now we're ready for the therapy session. This week on the couch, we have Mr. Paul Nixon. It's not doctor, is it?
Not doctor, no. Not doctor.
It sounds like it should be, though. It should be.
It's an inside joke, y'all.
Right.
No. Okay. But, Paul Nixon is with us today. He's a longtime friend of ours, somebody that we go way back with, actually. Yeah. But also somebody that's in Kanique's networking group. Yep. And so for all the incubators out there, I highly recommend networking. I highly recommend networking. There's so many different opportunities and things you can drum up for your business with networking. So Paul, man, you're with us today. Just give us a little snippet about the virtual VP.
Yeah, virtual VP. So the VP in virtual VP stands for vice principal.
Okay.
It's not vice president, it's virtual vice principal.
Vice principal, that's critical to know.
Yeah, really important. And our tagline is teachers help students, we help teachers.
Nice.
And that's the whole mission of the company. We're just trying to help educators.
Like, this is a whole masterclass right here. Just the
tagline. Right?
That's it. I think if you can't explain it in those few words.
Elevator pitch.
Yeah.
Yes. And it's explanatory.
Yeah. For sure. Yeah.
That's good.
So that's it.
Resources, tips, tricks, best practices. Sounds like you should have a show.
Like a channel.
Like a channel.
If you produce it, Kirk?
Yeah. Okay.
Let's talk.
Hey, let's talk. No. Okay, we'll get that together. We're making business right here.
I know, because now you're actually going to have to do it.
Listen, the follow-up meeting is going to happen. Y'all just need to know. And it's recorded, right?
So,
yes, we got proof.
But listen, fortunately or unfortunately, many people that come for therapy have had some form of trauma.
Yes. So what is the trauma?
And a lot of listen, for a lot of businesses out there, I want to just make this as a small plug. We want to do therapy by levity, right? We want to be able to laugh through some of the pain.
Yeah.
But just from some of the messages we received from some of you out there, even some of the support that you've put in our support page, we know that these are serious issues for you.
Yeah.
And yes, we hope that this can be a space where you can find some release, but we're also encouraging you, man, if you need to sit on a real couch with a real therapist, you might want to do that. In fact, we might bring a therapist through.
Yeah, we can refer you to some people. We got some people.
But we might bring a therapist through to the show at some point as well. So that might be a thing. But no. So, and there's nothing wrong with that, right? No stigma there whatsoever. The man said, teachers help students, we help teachers. Well, Incubators Couch, we help business owners, right? So, Doc, talk to us about that trauma. Well, it might not be trauma, right? You never can tell.
Your story. What is your story?
What's your
Share
story?
with us.
You want a horror story?
Well, we want your story. Whatever story you brought is the story we want to hear. Right?
I got a story.
Okay,
but it's not,
Yeah, let's hear it.
Right. So,
let's hear it.
In the Shakespearean tradition, this is a tragedy.
Okay.
It's not a comedy.
All right.
Okay.
If you know anything about literature,
no, we
do. So, this story ends earlier this week. The end of the story is just a couple of days ago.
So, like,
fresh.
Yeah, super fresh.
The stitches are still in.
Yeah. No, we ain't healed yet. we ain't healed
My
yet.
gosh.
Yeah. So, story begins last August. There's a school system that was going through transition. They needed help with their education department that's in charge of the whole system.
Oh wow.
They went from, I think it was 4, might have been 3, superintendents or like associates or whatever, down to 1, and that 1 was an interim. So they had transition problems, right? So this one says, okay, I'll continue to do the work, but now this person doesn't have any help. So then I proposed to them, this is August, I proposed to them, we'll do this work of the associates while you're here, essentially. They signed the contract in January.
Wait. So the pitch was when?
Pitched them in August.
Pitch was August. They signed
the contract in January.
So they were good for the first semester.
I doubt it. I doubt they were good for the first semester.
But I mean,
That's crazy.
They had something in place.
They had one person in place who was an interim.
And it's not just for one school.
It's a system of schools. Yeah, it's a school system.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
So this is not like, one brick and mortar. Nah. You're talking about spanning a region.
Double digits.
Oh,
wow.
Of schools in 4 states.
Wow.
The whole system of schools spread out.
That's giving us some perspective.
Yeah. So
I didn't pick up on that.
Yeah. So the idea that they were good for the first semester is probably not possible.
No, not possible.
Right?
No.
But anyway, signed the contract in January. So January comes and we go to work. I should mention that Virtual VP is a team of people. Okay. I am not the Virtual VP. Although I did start the company and it does belong to me. Where there's a dozen of us right now. So we're a team. So anyway, we go to work. And now we're working again at the leadership level.
Yeah.
With all of the schools.
Okay.
Right.
Oh wow.
So then all of the different levels of contact we're involved. So student level, teacher level, parents, administration, school board.
That's a lot.
All of it for all of the schools in all the states.
My goodness.
Wow,
right.
That's
okay.
a lot.
So we're engaged. We're doing really, really good work. And I say that objectively, that we're doing really, really good work. I say that based on the reviews that we get. People are telling us, hey, we really appreciate the work that you're doing. They're saying stuff like, I was planning to quit my job. This is
a major trend.
That is big.
In education.
Yeah. Turnover in education has been huge. And that's one thing that we've noticed. Part of the reason I started the company 5 years ago, 2018 when we started, is because of this. The turnover rates in education are massive.
Wow.
They're gigantic.
It is unlike any other industry, period.
It is.
Yeah.
And especially here, of course, in the United States.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Some schools, some districts, I don't really have data on individual schools, but districts report turnover rates. Some of them are 50% and higher.
That is.
You're replacing half your workforce every year. That's insane.
No.
Yeah, it's nuts.
Yeah.
So anyway, we're working. We're doing all these.
Let me double click on something real quick though. So you said you got that review.
Yeah.
From a person saying I was looking to quit.
Yeah.
Were you able to get that review on Google?
Not yet. So that's one of the pain points. Kirk Nugent, that's one of the pain points.
No,
this
is trying to get people to write their reviews on Google, even Facebook. I mean, write the doggone review on the internet.
Simple.
Like,
Do not send me a text message or an email.
I cannot tell you how many times, like, man, you did such a phenomenal job. Blah, 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 blah. It's either in my DM.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
It's in my text.
Message. It's a private message that nobody can see.
Some craziness.
Just copy paste that.
Copy paste that.
Not okay, man. Not okay.
It. Yeah. Wow. So we have 5-star reviews, but there's no actual stars because there's no stars in emails.
Oh my goodness.
So the emailing us and text.
Listen, I want to say this to the iCouch fam. If you know, listen, if you've been successful at getting people
reviews
to put the review on Google, let us know in the chat, man.
Please.
Let us know in the chat. And if you struggle like we do, then put a 2 in the chat. Just put a 2. I'm putting a 2 in the chat right now because let's be clear. I've struggled with this one, man. Getting those reviews can be so rough. All right. Back to the regularly scheduled program.
So getting reviews like that, right? We're getting reviews like, I don't know how it would have gone on, and this is just the push I needed to keep going. And
wow.
Stuff like that.
Wow.
People are saying stuff like, my only regret is we didn't start earlier.
Wow.
So those
previous months could have been.
Yeah. We started in January. How come we didn't start in August? Don't ask me. I didn't.
Wow.
Yeah.
I said we'll start in August. They said January. I was like, okay, whatever. Anyway, so like I said, working at multiple levels, right? So there are schools in the district who are undergoing reaccreditation.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
And we coach them through that process. Just checking their documents, make sure they know what to say. Right. Hey, they're asking us, hey, does this work? I have text threads from the principals and stuff where we're just kind of walking them through what you need to do. Mm-hmm. All of the schools got the full 6-year accreditation.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Stamp of approval.
Wow. That's big.
Yeah.
If y'all don't know, accreditation is a huge deal. So that's big.
I was in higher ed for a minute, and of course we worked with some K-12 institutions as well, and that is massive.
It's big. Yeah.
So we were actually able to, and this is the cool thing about my team, everybody has their lane, right?
Mm-hmm.
So they're doing their own work really well, and they're not worried about how the company is running because that's my job.
Yeah, that's right.
You know what I mean? So nobody has to worry. I could get a check. It's in the car. I owe somebody a check. I wrote the check. I'm driving to deliver the check. Like I pay the checks,
cool.
so they don't have to worry about it. You know what I'm saying? They don't have to worry about the business running. Just do your work, right? So through this process of helping these schools through accreditation, we developed a system by which schools can do this for themselves.
Right.
Right. So now we have like a package.
Nice.
Like here, take this in year 1, do this in year 2, do this in year 3, do this. Right. By the time year 6 comes,
like a blueprint. Awesome.
We created a blueprint, and by the time year 6 comes, you're good to go. So that'll be available for you on the Virtual VP website.
Plug.
Soon.
Listen, no shame here, bro.
Yeah.
This is what it's all about.
Yeah. We got to package that thing, but it's ready. It exists. So anyway, one of the things we're doing is we do monthly PD. It's free for the teachers, right? Which is part of the contract. We just offer professional development for everybody in the system.
Right.
And we plan for May to be a series, right? So we did one a month, but in May we're going to do one every week in a series on the same topic that builds throughout the month, and we end the year because the school's over in June. Right. End the year on a high note where you're building into the summer. Keep your PD going. Right? So just starting
end on a
starting a train
with a lift off.
Lift off is a good word. We actually have a program.
He has a program
called Lift
I
Off.
remember that.
Oh, really?
Yes, he does. He does.
That's awesome.
Accidental plug.
Talk
right?
about branding.
Yeah.
Come on, lift off.
So that's another thing that it's a different story I could tell. But anyway,
You gotta love how entrepreneur stories.
Yeah, man.
Intertwine, right.
Yeah. So going really well is my point. Going very, very well.
Yeah,
Everyone.
Yeah. I'm waiting to see what's going to happen.
Yeah, we're waiting.
Everything you're outlining, I'm like, okay.
Yeah. The reviews are crazy, and I wish I could get them. I'm gonna get them on Google. I'm claiming it. I'm getting them on Google. The reviews are crazy because everybody's perspective, everybody's response is like, how come I've never seen anything like this before?
Yeah.
Right? So no one is doing what we're doing. There is no organization that I found anyway. There's no organization that I found that's very specifically aimed at the teacher as a human being.
Wow.
We do stuff like we'll offer support, but it'll be like, go buy this program and it'll help you to teach. Nah, we don't have no programs. We want to talk to the person.
Yes.
Let's help you be a person.
Yeah.
So that's what we do. So anyway, everybody's responses are great. At the beginning of April, I got an email saying we're terminating the contract effective the end of April.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Wait. Your contract is to
the
June.
Contract is January to June.
What?
We got an email in April saying, thanks for your help. We're done now, pretty much. The last check is in the mail.
Wow.
Oh,
What?
I'm baffled.
Yeah.
I am too, to be honest with you. I'm baffled right now. I sit here telling
I'm
the story.
baffled. I'm baffled.
too.
Like,
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Listen, if you're watching and you've had a perfect client, right?
It was going well.
It was going well. If you've had a perfect client, just go south, right? I mean, if you've had that experience, go ahead and let us know in the chat. We want to hear from you as well. We want to hear your stories as well. Man, I feel like there's. I'm afraid to ask. Like what? Is there any more to this? Is it?
I talked to the superintendent, the person who we're very specifically helping.
Yeah.
And this person,
they weren't happy anymore.
No, he told me that he was very happy, and he spoke to the money people on multiple occasions, asking them, pleading with them, don't end the contract. I still need their help.
Wow.
May is crazy. May is
That
when
makes
all the
no
hiring
sense.
is done.
Why not?
That doesn't even make any
honor
sense.
The
They're
contract.
like, I don't know.
The contract was going to be up in June anyway.
The contract's up in June anyway.
So I mean, if they didn't re-up, they didn't re-up.
That makes no sense.
But to cancel early.
Yeah. So we created the system. Virtual VP, we created the system for interviewing teachers. It works really, really well. Mm-hmm. But now you take the 12 people responsible for running the system out of the equation. Now this one person has to do it by himself. He didn't create the system, it's our system. Wow. But now he's got to go interview. And May is when the hiring is done. April and May, when the hiring is, all this kind of stuff. By the way, I should say this. From teachers that we interviewed for new positions, incoming teachers, the number one question we got was, what kind of support am I going to get as a new teacher in this system?
Wow.
Everyone is asking this question. This is why the turnover rate's so high.
Yes.
Because the answer is none.
Wow.
Typically, the answer is none. You get any support. The teacher's responsible for everything.
One of the things that I never thought about in terms of, you're filling a gap with your business. Mm-hmm. But one of the things I never thought about is that everything in the classroom is the teacher's responsibility.
That is not an exaggeration.
Everything.
Yeah, that's not exaggeration. Every single thing in the classroom is the teacher's job. If as an administrator, you walk into the room and there's paper on the floor, the question is, what's the teacher doing?
What's going on with the teacher?
Right?
Wow.
If there's a student in the hallway, your question is, where's your teacher?
Where's your teacher? That is the first question.
Right?
Yes. Yeah.
If a grade is not in the grade book, the parents come and say, hey, teacher.
Yeah.
What's going on with this? Where's
That's
this
a lot of pressure.
You don't
That's
say,
a lot.
look, this is crazy. It wasn't like this. I know it wasn't like this for y'all. When we were growing up, if the teacher and the student had a disagreement, when we were growing up, we were wrong.
It was on us.
The child was wrong.
The child was wrong.
Much, yeah.
It's not like that anymore.
Oh, wow.
It's not like that anymore. So now you have parents coming to the teacher
coming in
for stuff their student didn't do.
True. I have friends that are teachers, and I've heard some stories. That's true. Yeah.
This is a human being. The teacher's a human being.
That's crazy.
It has to deal with all of this. So again, we're here just trying to help. We're just trying to support. We can't do everything. We're not going to come teach the class. That's not the job. But we can help, right? So so we had one example. Talking about paper on the floor. We had a teacher. One of our mentees lost her best friend to cancer like 2 weeks ago, something like that.
Oh my.
Her coach asked me, hey, is there money in the budget for me to go visit this teacher? I was like, go visit the doggone teacher. She traveled to the teacher's school and just sat in the room with the teacher.
That is awesome.
And just helped her be a person through this transition. The people at her school were doing nothing.
That's ministry, Doc.
So we come and do
real
right?
talk.
So found out that the teacher's situation was a little out of sorts. Some grades not in, some mess in the room. We sent a second person
Wow.
That is
to
awesome.
come and just do the menial work.
Wow.
And I said to the person, "Hey, are you okay with doing some menial work?
And is there
you want to go be a secretary
like
for
a
a few
virtual
hours?
VP for entrepreneurs?
I know, right?
That's a good idea.
We might need one.
That's a good idea.
Yes.
Maybe I'll make it vice president.
Yeah.
Virtual vice president. We'll
just virtual vice president.
Good idea. Let's go in.
Because I'm gonna be honest with you. There are some menial things that sometimes just don't get done.
That is true. There's a friend of mine. She is a pelvic doctor or something. And we had a conversation where she was like, I just need someone with me to kind of help me get some other stuff done so she can focus on what she needs to focus on. We literally had a conversation about that. She had a specific term for it, but I can't remember what it is, but it's pretty much what you're saying.
Yeah.
She just needed an additional person to take off some of the load of the other stuff that she can't take on. Wow. She can focus on other things.
Yep. Bro, right. I'm just listening to you, and I'm like, this is crazy. I do want to some of us recognize that there's probably not going to be a nice little bow on this thing.
Ain't no bow.
Because it's still fresh.
That's the end of the story.
Not only is it fresh, but listen, I want to be clear. There are I've gone through for pitches, and you're getting all of the positive responses that you're supposed to be getting, and you're thinking, okay, that's in the bag, and then all of a sudden, it's gone. And you're like, what in the world happened? And you never get to know what happens. This is very much part and parcel of the entrepreneur's life.
That's true.
That sometimes you don't get the classic ending. You don't get the ending that you anticipated, and you don't get any explanation. Because that's rough, man. Because if your primary point of contact, which is the superintendent, is saying, I pleaded. Could it really have just been a financial decision?
But I mean, probably. I mean, that's what it seems like to me. I'm not on the inside, right? I'm on the outside. But we actually asked for an exit interview with the financial people specifically, because they're the one that responded and said, we're terminating the contract. And I replied and I said, thanks for letting us work with you, and we appreciate the opportunity.
Very gracious.
Trying to be gracious. And
but that's a good idea, though. An exit.
Interview. Exit interview for sure. Because like you said, Kirk, we want to know. Like,
I would need to know. Like, we want to know.
Happened? What do we do, right?
I would need to know, but I want to even as we land, right? I also want to make sure that because I don't know how you type that email, Doc. Because I'm just gonna keep it a stack, right? Listen, this is the couch.
It was
Can I be honest on the couch?
Can I be honest on the couch? It was a couple of days. I waited a couple of days. Let it simmer. I was like, all right, and I'm gonna respond.
Let me do this. Put a 2 in the chat, okay? If you have something in your unsent box, in your draft folder right now that is just therapeutic, like, keyboard warrior that thing out, and you just like gave it to them, like, grabbing air, the whole nine.
Just make sure you take them out of the field. You don't want to send that by accident.
Don't send that by accident. Lord help us. But no, I commend you for how you manage that, because I mean, this is a part of being an entrepreneur as well. You don't get a chance to understand some of the inner workings, and
that's true.
But to be gracious. And again, my dad always says, it's always good to be known for good work. And you clearly have that, and you have that experience. As we mentioned at the beginning, turnover in that industry is ridiculous. And one of the byproducts of this current scenario with this current client could be that some of those people will leave.
It's possible.
And if they end up at other places, they could be your mouthpieces.
That's
possible. That could be your inroads for so many other things.
They might even potentially, I'm not wishing this on them, but they might lose out on some teaching candidates because
That's
again,
true,
they're asking us.
They don't have any support.
They're asking us, what's our support?
Right.
And our answer is honest. Right now, they have us.
Right.
So we would support you. In most cases, the answer is nothing. But now you don't have us anymore. So what are you going to tell them?
That's a lot, man. That's a lot, Doc.
But
we want to thank you for bringing it to the couch today. We want to thank you for sharing openly and honestly. I know that somebody's out there right now resonating, even if they're in a different industry, that they have had similar situations. And go ahead and put it in the chat where you don't get the full answer, you don't get the storybook ending, you don't get even an explanation, and you just have to kind of dust that thing off and. Keep it rolling. It's crazy. Keep it rolling. Bro, how can we find you, follow you? Where you at? What are your deets?
The website is virtualviceprincipal.com.
It'll be in the description. It'll be in the description.
Virtualviceprincipal.com. All the socials are the virtual VP. Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, the Virtual VP.
The Virtual VP. And we have the Virtual VP on the screen right now. Yep. Fam, can we give them a follow? All right. Can we clap it up for our guy in the chat? We want to thank you so much for coming in and chilling on the couch with us today. We hope that, as they say, a burden shared is a burden shared, man. We hope that as you've been able to share that with us, we've been able to commiserate a little bit. You can kind of head back into the unknown, ready to face yet another day, man.
Appreciate you guys.
Absolutely.
Awesome.
All right, man. Listen,
when it all goes wrong.
Not just with clients, but also with the live stream. That was interesting. That was interesting. So I'm hoping that we kind of there's some wrap up at the end that was so critical. Some of the takeaways that we wanted to make sure that people walked away with. Trying to deliver on the value proposition of the title of the live. But in terms of like when it all goes wrong, except it was perfect, what do you do? Right. And I think Paul from Virtual VP shared really good way to pivot. Thank you, Darius. Okay. But Paul shared from a very vulnerable place. He also shared from a very real place. Yes. And there are going to be those scenarios in business where you don't get it tied up with a bow. That's where you get to answer, answer all the questions and have the closure that you need, right? Quite literally, the lack of closure is the reason why the couch exists.
Yes, exactly.
Because you don't know what happened. Like, how did this thing turn left? I thought this is somebody that was a fan of mine. Said they've been following me for all this time, and then all of a sudden,
what happened?
It goes awry.
Yeah,
we've heard that from like 2 or 3 different couch members, right? So, but you never get that closure because you don't get the closure. You sometimes don't get that thing off your chest, and I'm hoping that this was needed. It was much needed, and I think that to answer that question, what do you do when it all goes wrong? You try to learn from it.
Yeah.
You try to shift your perspective. You try to see it from multiple different angles, and then you try to pivot. I like that term, Darius. You try to pivot. You try to so. This is because I told him after the live after we finished our recording, I was like, man, you've shared with us at least 4 or 5 testimonials. If I was you, I'd go in with a video crew.
Yeah. And
record those. Get those video testimonials. Yeah.
Because even though he lost that contract, you never know what will come out of those testimonials that he's going to get from those other teachers that they worked with. And because of the turnover that we know exists in his particular industry, their likelihood is very high that some of those teachers will leave and go to other institutions and bring that name with him, bring that experience with him. Yeah, and
so
share.
She'd share that with him as well. Share that with him as well.
So you never know what can come of that.
Right, and so he has that experience. He has that on his belt. Here's another benefit. He said he's already systematized that whole accreditation process. Yes. So that's something that he has the template for. He has the blueprint for that. And that's a product that he can say, here, it worked at these schools. Yeah. And I can sell this to you. And so, sometimes you got to be able to reframe and reshape that thing and look at it from multiple different perspectives.
Yes. See the good in what happened. Because there is some good.
Yeah. Do the postmortem, do the, autopsy, figure out what happened, why did it die? And then, go from there. Yeah. I'll be honest with you. I think that practice is good even for your positive experiences as well.
Exactly. I agree.
Even for those scenarios that ended well, that did end with a bow, and they clapped you off of the stage and gave you a little something in your hand to thank you for your service. Even when it did end well, you still need to go back and review, see what are some of the things that you can pull from there, especially if there are items that you can sell as standalone digital products that people can come to your website and just purchase without any interaction from you. That's that's what I call the wake up in the morning and money is in your bank account type of project. I like those. Every time I work with a client, I'm trying to figure out what can I do here and perfect in a way that I can package and make available to others who may be interested in the same thing. Yeah. But those kinds of perspectives is what we really want to hear from you guys. Talk to us in the chat, man. 17 of you guys on the live tonight, and we thank you so much. I see you in the chat, Daphne. She says that when it all goes wrong, you keep moving. You keep moving. You keep putting one foot in front of the other. And as you move your feet, as you take a step, God will direct you. That's what I've found to be the truth.
Yeah, true.
God will direct you.
So true.
Micah Fleming says, I thank God for the testimony of the Holy Spirit in his life. Listen, Mike, I'm with you on that as well. BT says, Kanique, loving the frames.
Thank you.
BT, don't be gassing her up.
Don't be hating.
Don't be that.
Don't be hating.
BT, you don't like my friends?
BT is my friend.
Come on, brother.
He's
I got some new friends. No, they're not new.
No, he did not.
They're not new. And I need some new frames. Honestly, her glasses game is definitely on 100. So I need to get I need to get on that level at some point. But fam, we wanted to give you guys some time. We're trying to stall a little bit for you to put some things in the chat. I see Danita just put something in there. Situations like Paul's makes entrepreneurs wonder if they will entertain that client again. Usually it's a hard no. We didn't ask Paul that.
No, we did not. We probably
But that's a good question. And Paul, if you're in the chat, man, this is your time, brother. Well, this is your time. We definitely want to make sure you get a chance to type that in. But Danita, I thank you for that question. Any other questions? We want to encourage you guys. We're going to stay on for just a little bit longer than we normally do because of all the mishaps and technical difficulties that we've had. But we want to encourage you guys to go ahead and share your questions and comments. Maybe you've got a story that is still undone. Well, let me not say undone, but it never had a ending of sorts, and you never really got a chance to really
closure.
know
you didn't
what.
Really get some closure.
Closure is the term I was looking for. Yeah. So if you have that kind of a situation, what did you do? How did you step forward? How did you make that next move? Tell Paul.
I'm just laughing
hard no. Listen, I'm gonna be honest. I think I would agree with you that it should be a hard no. It should be a hard no, but I think the challenge is because of the situation. You know, his direct point of contact actually
did want
you get my point.
To
so it's
stay
like
on. So
I get it. It should be a hard no, but yeah, and I think there's so much there because when you have a heart for that kind of work, when you have a heart for the people that you're serving, it can become difficult when it's something completely administrative that gets in the way of that thing happening. Everybody on the ground wants it to continue happening, and so it can be a challenge. So I'm kind of stuck between those two there. Yeah, I want to say hard no, just from the perspective of like, yo, you did me dirty, but then I'm also kind of like, wow, I don't know. Tonight's stream was a testimony about how to overcome when all goes wrong. Come on, Darius. Okay, that's it. That's it. It's a testimony in both because when that thing crashed and we lost the stream, I was like, well, maybe we should just call it a night. And then I was like, let's go live again. Yeah, let's go live. Let's wrap it up. Let's put a bow on that thing. We don't want to leave you without closure. Bro.
You can't leave y'all hanging. No.
Yeah. David Hunt says it's like eating okra for me. It's a hard no. Yeah.
Same here though.
Yo, okra is a no for me, sir. It's an absolute no. Thank you guys so much, man. I absolutely love. I love this space that we've created. I love the regulars that come through. Yes. I love that we have 18 people on the live already tonight, and folks are chilling and they're checking it out and they're like, okay, this is Incubators Couch. And if you did not know, maybe you're coming in for the first time, very confused about some of the things you see.
What is going on?
We get it. We'll fix it, but. Just to give you that information, iCouch.live/YT. That's going to take you to the YouTube channel for our business, which is Composition LLC. And we'd love for you guys to be able to subscribe and join the movement. Incubators Couch is unscripted, vulnerable conversations with entrepreneurs and small businesses. And we'd love for you to be part of the journey. So with that said,
we are done.
Yeah, I think we are. Good. Listen, we gave you the host rant, talking about the price. We talked about our resource of the week, which is HubSpot. Free email tracking, free 99.
Definitely
check that out. And then, of course, we had our conversation with the virtual VP, Paul Nixon. His slogan is very simple. Teachers help students and we help teachers. And I love that. It rolls off the tongue and it just makes so much sense. And even in his whole story and as he was sharing when it all goes wrong, right? And except it was perfect. What do you do when he was sharing around that? You can almost hear his heart and his passion for teachers and what they do. And the fact that statement, teachers help students and we help teachers, that is very much part and parcel of what they do. So definitely want to encourage you guys to check him out. His link
Definitely
will be in the description.
Yes. Make sure you go back and watch the episode so you can get a full idea of what we talked about if you did miss it. So
this is what I'll say here. The usual, hit the like button kind of stuff we're not gonna do, because here's what's gonna happen. We're gonna stitch the video together. We're gonna put it out there on iCouch.show. That's our website.
Check it out.
We will make sure it's part of the playlist as well. So if you're subscribed on Composition, you'll be able to get that notification, kind of get a little recap and get that thing together. But thank you guys so much. Hey, what's going on, Fred Tate? Thank you guys so much for hanging out with us tonight. We truly appreciate it. Incubators Couch, unscripted, vulnerable conversations with entrepreneurs and small businesses. Your hosts, Kirk and Kanique. We're excited for you to be here, and we will see you guys next week.